Hello, everyone. We had incoming dad first in the room as well. Incoming right away. Not only was he incoming to the stream, he also apparently just became a father or something along those lines. Hey, everyone. Today, I don't have any real plans. Probably just gonna play some Rock and try to redeem how bad the performance was on the deck yesterday. Deck just couldn't actually win. It did everything up until it ran out of cards and just couldn't close the game. So little tweaks, but I think we were close. So we're gonna keep trying to develop that game plan. Let me just update the text. Clash Gauntlet this weekend. That's still true. SCG Con. Yeah, we can move past that. I'll add in my travel plans. Ireland trip this Saturday. It has nothing to do with Flesh and Blood, my Ireland trip. It's just to visit my sister. I want to rock and roll and rock all night. Me too, man. All right, where do we end up? All right, I did a couple things to edit around with the list. Indeed, a new dad, and your hair is amazing. Thank you. From the side, you can catch it way better. Look at all this. All these curls that I don't know how to manage. Yeah, it's a lot. I wonder what my armory is going to look like tonight. Imagine a bunch of people trying new stuff. I hope so. Trying new stuff is super fun. Last night I was spamming some Levia games on my laptop, and I don't think I was logged in. And I played against the Emperor like 8 times. And the deck was actually quite legitimate. I was surprised. They can do this whole game plan. Shout out to whoever was playing this, by the way. It was an Emperor deck with Waning Moon, right? Emperor deck with Waning Moon. And something, I don't know if it was just like me misplaying it or what, but the game we rematched like 5 times, and the way it was working out is he would just return, pretty good, like 0 for 4 hands, 0 for 4 hands, whatever. And then the final turn, where I tried to throw my hand and he saw 0 resources, he would pitch Stormstriders, pitch Arcane Spell, whatever it is, pitch Waning Moon, off of an all red hand, right? Like it takes everything. It takes Arsenal, it takes your full red hand. But if you know that you can present lethal that way because your opponent has no cards in hand, man, it's pretty dirty. I didn't like getting killed that way time and time again. But hey, deck was pretty effective. I really enjoyed playing against it. But I don't think the deck I was playing into was very optimal. It was just like a Berserk Levia list that was honestly trash. But those curls though, yeah, okay, we get it. Thank you, Dad. All right, so edits we've made though to this rock list. Hey man, hey Jotrick, good to see you as always, my friend. Edits we've made to the rock list. I think this is where we ended up with the equipment yesterday. Ideally, Skullcap, Tunic, Scab Skulls being, core. But then against Wizard, we can swap into Beaten, Skullhorn, Nullrune. It just has that AV. You don't want to lose it. Rock. Yes. Maybe if I just communicate like us brutes do, you'll get it. Rock. Rock, 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 rock. Rock, 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 rock. Alright, I think that was good. Did you guys get it? But basically, added back the Brandish. Brandish was a really strong performer in that early day 0 list. It was quite good. It's just a 1 for 3. But with that rate not being amazing, the whole idea though is that it enables Rock because you're pitching blue, then you Tunic or Amulet, whatever, to still swing Rock after. So this is maybe in a way a 1 for 4 sometimes. And on hits and Brute are pretty rare, so it's nice to throw that little bit in. Went to 1 life for life because for whatever reason it just wasn't live at all yesterday when we were playing. Let me turn this on. Here we go. Funky mouse activated. Added more 6s. 6s were definitely a weak spot. So we added back more Alpha Rampages. It's also just a good closer. I still want to try Savage Beatdown really badly. Swing big. Also Reincarnate. For a deck that doesn't slot 6s very well, Reincarnate might be the perfect add, because now you have a way to just keep putting 6s back in your deck, since so many slots are going to other spots. So we'll try it. I'm eager to see if it works. As far as sideboard plan goes, we've got Arg Smash. Remembrance. I actually think Remembrance might be the key to winning a lot of games, just because you can run out of ways to trigger Rock, and then if you weren't able to close off like an Alpha Rampage or get them into kill range with Reckless, then you just you have no way to win. Like, you just actually have no way to win. So maybe you really need Remembrance. I don't know. But that's in the sideboard just in case we face Guardian anyway. Triple that all you got, and triple unmovable, because I've seen a lot of Dory out in Talishar as well. But I'm eager to try. Redeem ourselves a little bit. And of course we're in competitive CC, because we all know this deck is busted. Alright, well, we're not in that competitive CC game, but we'll be in a different one. So feel free to jump in if you want to play against it. Time for Unga Bunga. It is. You know, now, just because I might one day play this deck in real life, I think I must splurge for a Marvel Rhinar. I think it has to happen. It shouldn't happen anytime soon. Maybe after my Christmas money comes through, because I think I still have relatives that love me. I think. Then maybe we'll get one. I'd love to get one in Spanish. It'd be so sick. Rock. You have a German one? Nah. Ich liebe dich. Wait, I forget what that means. Does that mean I love you, or like eat a dick or something? I forget. Ich liebe dich? I think it means I love you. Ich liebe dich. Something like this. Oh, I love you. Alright, those were two very different meanings that I had in my head. It does mean I love you. I do love you, Hemel. Loving relatives are overrated. Just get a rock. Yeah, you know, Marvel Rock, I was a little disappointed in finding this out, but check it out. Rock is very expensive. Look at this. Yes. It is very expensive. I figured this one, I mean, yeah, there's hype around it, but I don't actually think it's that good. I was hoping it'd be like maybe 80. So it's like a solid, 30% over what I want to pay for it. All right. If there's a matchup we probably just lose, it is this one, but we'll give it our best go. We'll try. What can we do to possibly make this better? That all you got is fine. Full blocking out, dropping our potions is also fine. Maybe we just cut the 2 blocks. It's probably good. It's probably okay. And, well, we'll go first. We want our tunic counter. We want to drop some items. Let's try it. Okay, we didn't open any items. We don't even have an easy outlet to pitch anywhere. I think this is fine, though. We'll just arsenal a defense reaction and move on. It's also Kadachify. Interesting. I actually think we're probably a bit better off into Kadachify. It's less explosive, right? And what we want is a longer game. Even if we get whittled, it's okay. It's okay. Because whittling means more tunic counters. Rock and roll. I want the Marvel Rock in Talishar. I thought it used to be enabled. How do I get it back? Do I have to build it in February? I think that's probably it. I'm such a bum, man. I need to use February more. I'm stuck on the visuals on FabDB just because I was a Patreon in the early days. I got access, But I do really enjoy February. Working on a project, actually, with Phil from February. It'll be quite big. I hope. They weren't added yet. Oh, they just aren't added yet. Okay. I only say things, in a more positive light for February because I just know the guy is hugely community focused. I don't really know the people behind FabDB. They've done good work for sure. But I personally know Phil, and the dude is just absolutely committed to making February the best community tool possible. So I really want to give him support so that it actually gets there, That's my take. Okay, not bad. If he swings with something else, we'll just double block. We'll drop E-Pot and probably feel okay. Philip is great. Yeah, he really is. Okay, do we think there's one more attack coming? Do we think? I don't think there is, but if we block here, we're going to get super punished. We already interrupted Mask. So, whatever. We might waste 1 life. But maybe we don't. Ah, look, we didn't. Lovely. We like this. We play smart. Rock Brain, still big. Rock Brain, not bad. Rock brain as big as rock. Rock is one of those flavorful weapons that just make me excited for whatever weird stuff LSS has in store for it. I think the rock deck is kind of up to us to crack. I think there's enough tools out there. There really is. There really is. Or at least quite close to. Because even this next turn, right, like this is a rock turn. It's not the most exciting rock turn because we do have to get rid of Blood Rush. But like this is a rock hand, and a rock hand with a bit of synergy because we get to reincarnate back in deck, which is what we're worried about running out of 6s in a deck like this. So, you know, that's cool. That's cool. Our tunic counter is going to be used right on curve. We got an E-pot for a potential next tunic counter coming up at some point in the cycle. I think the synergies are there. It's about building the best version we can. Mounting Anger. Does he even have Phoenix Flame? Okay, he did. He just didn't use it last turn. Well, that is going to buff the Phoenix. Unfortunately, with that all you got, I don't even want to draw the card because I want this hand specifically. That's a little rough. That's a little rough. Perhaps we didn't have to block this. It was just such a clean block. I enjoyed it. Okay, it's a brand with Cinderclaw. Interesting. Just one of them 5 turns. Here comes just a Kodachi. So unfortunately, since we want to keep this specific hand, we will have to block here because otherwise it's going to be Brand plus Phoenix. You know, a little negged value on their end. Like, they're not getting the Shuko buff, so yeah, they got +1 out of the Mounting Anger, but I would expect a +1 from this kind of turn anyway because the Shuko just didn't have it. So we'll block that way. Turn off the mask because we know that it'll be this, which we just eat. Dang, it's a lot of damage. This dude's at 40. All right, this dude's also not using... Okay, there we go. Ooh, what? Did he... Okay, legitimately activated Phoenix. We saw that, right? But what... Why not add it to hand? I'm not sure. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Not sure. We'll move on. You could have had a Phoenix in Arsenal there if you wanted to. Is Kodachi 5 really the play now? I don't think so, but to be fair, the 5 players are very scared of Dash. Like, very scared. And... Oh, he undid. That's a little awkward. The 5 players are legitimately terrified of Dash. They cannot outrace Habibi Dash. They just cannot. Or Hanabi Dash, sorry. Deck's too fast, too aggressive. They can't pivot to block it out either because there's too many 2 blocks in their deck. So, if Fi is a premier aggro deck, sure, it's more consistent to, you know, the likes of Guardians and stuff, but they do not outrace the potential best aggro deck of the format on the flip side of that, which is Dash. But Dash is another deck that is always a bit of a toss-up. We're not quite sure how the Dash decks are built. Maybe the Fi sits down, assumes it's an aggro Dash, tries to last-minute pivot into more of a deck-out strat, and then it's just a mid-range Dash. Or a hard control Dash, which was maybe favored anyway, into aggro Fi. Like, Dash is just crazy. Dash has so many mind games going on, and Dash has to put no effort in. As soon as they just grab that item and put it face down, the opponent's the one freaking out about, oh my god, what is it? What version am I playing against? First Wombat, now Habibi. I only said Habibi because Phil McKay has been... Every time he talks about Dash, he's like, Habibi Blaster Dash. I don't... Does Habibi mean something? I think it just kind of sounds more Arabic. It is an Arabic word. It means my love, my baby, sweetheart. Oh, that's quite nice. Habibi Dash. It's an endearing term. I like that. This hand is just a straight blockout hand, I think. We could try to sink, make it more interesting, but that's a lot of copium. Hand's just clunky. I mean, it would have been sink into a blue specifically, but then we're holding a 3-card hand to throw 9, which never outtrades aggro anyway, so I think we'll just wait. Just use this hand to block, preserve the life. It feels harder to beat playing Bravo for sure. Yeah, there's also a lot of there's a lot to the new aggro dash builds. Oh, all right. I had the perfect 7 blocked on this. Not like there's an actual hit effect here, so it's not the biggest deal. Not even sure. I guess I can go ahead and sync 1. That all you got? Because there's no reason to have 2. Yeah, there's no reason to have 2, so we'll sync that into another sync. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, one of the amazing things you can do with these dash aggro decks, which is something that if you want to hear like really strong commentary on how to play aggro dash specifically, even though Matt Fulks didn't do very well playing dash this weekend, I'll pull that up in a second. Yes, continue on. Even though Matt Fulks didn't do very well playing dash over the weekend, he did have amazing commentary in the finals match when it was Rose on like a mid-range dash versus Pierre on aggro dash about how an aggro dash player can kind of build up their turns for better momentum, stack damage all at once, you know, build up Hanabi counters, build up Teklo counters, and take true off turns even though you're an aggro deck, just because you can present critical mass of damage with cards like Hanabi that are just insane. It's not just burn hard every turn, dump hand, because then you're at risk of just, you know, getting blocked out 12 per turn, and just decking out. But the critical mass that an aggro dash can present is insane. And it's way more straightforward than just spiking like Fi with an Art of War or spreading flames or mass triggers. Dash can actually build it up. You know, it's a very cool play pattern for an aggro deck. I quite like it. All right, we can take this one. I'm actually surprised the life looks the way it does. And now we Lava Burst. I mean, we obviously sync on this. Still, you know, we're leaking damage. We are. Ooh, Reckless and Arsenal, not great. Maybe this is why Crown ends up being better. I think this kind of deck really wants to take the game long, really wants to grind. And so for that reason, having Skullcap with that little extra life it gives seemed more valuable. But looking to be quite wrong, honestly. This is once again kind of full block drop E-Pot, and then maybe we start to buy our turns back with the sacrifice we're taking now to play out the E-Pots. Because it won't be next turn cycle, but you know, pretty soon we'll have 0 card hand Rock into setting E-Pot 0 card hand Rock. You know, that is coming up legitimately. We just need to survive. Didn't get the chance to say hi in Philly. How'd you do at the PTI? I bubbled out of top 8 again. I played Levia because I'm just a masochist. Like, I don't think reason can get to me. I'm way too thick-headed. I've become a literal brute in real life. Everyone at this point has told me to stop. Even the game devs straight up told me, don't play Levia, just wait. I can't help it. I literally cannot help it. I just want to show people that the deck is real and stop memeing on it, because if you disrespect Levia, you deserve to lose. And like, I want to be the person that beats you. You know, I really do. Yeah, unfortunately, she just didn't do so hot at this event. I went 4-2, which was fine. Like, 4-2 is fine. That's good enough for top 8. But I bubbled at 11th. Because you can't control when you lose with Levia is the issue. You can't just say, all right, I'm going to like try my hardest early rounds, you know, make 0 play mistakes. And then, you know, if something comes up later in the day, I'm fine. That's where I can take my loss. I'm stronger in top 8 for it. Unfortunately, with Levia, you can play your heart out every single round, and you still might just lose round 1. You still might just lose round 2. You can't help it. It's just the way the deck is. So yeah, I played my heart out. Went 4-2. I beat Dash, Rhinar, and something else that I just don't remember. Oh, we'll leave. Ooh, actually, no, we'll put that on the bottom because our next turn cycle is going to be E-Pot Tunic. So we'll put that on the bottom. Yeah, so I actually don't remember what the 6th game was. I definitely lost to Icelander because the build I was on is just awful against Icelander. Like, the straight recursion list is too slow. You play directly into Icelander just being able to screw you. Because it is very hard to beat Icelander that sets up even one Insidious Chill. When they set up multiple, it's game over. When they set up multiple, you're just out. And with recursion, you do give them enough room to build that up. You can't punish it. You just can't punish it. So that sucked. Took 2 losses there. Like, quite literally, I scooped to Brody against Icelander. He had 1 Insidious chill out. I drew an all red hand. And I had, like, I don't know, 8 blooded or something, and I just scooped. I mean, the game's just over, unfortunately. In spots like that, it's really dumb. But that's just Levia for you. No! Okay, hold up, buddy. No. Don't pass the turn. Okay, there you go. There you go. Uh-huh. Jeez, this guy was scaring me for a second. I mean, I feel like I've seen this name before. And this is in the competitive CC portion. Not like that super matters. But I did get scared for a second there. You don't just play Phoenix and then end turn. Sheesh. Oh, you're mad at Chris? I think we all are. I didn't even catch like that specific play because I don't play Dromai into Icelander enough on stream. But like, I'm pretty sure you never lose that. Like, I'm pretty sure that you just have ways to always beat that kind of endgame as Dromai. For people who don't know what we're talking about, there was a very sad occurrence that happened on stream. We can jump to that in a second. This has actually worked out really great. We're going to discard the Epot to Primeval Bellow because it doesn't care about actually discarding a 6. Having fun with Rok? Oh, definitely. Rok is insane. Rok is probably the biggest brain Rhinar deck I've seen in a while. I think it's a very patient deck. Your deck construction also needs to be incredibly on point. And I don't think we're there yet. But I really love what it's forcing us to think about. It's a non-traditional Rhinar deck for sure. But it's not a bad Rhinar deck. Okay, this dude is just... it's going a little crazy. This is now unfortunate. I think we might just Primeval Reckless to get this out. Because the Reckless in Arsenal is not even that good. I mean, well, it's not that it's not even that good, it's just trash. So I think we'll just do this. Change our plan a little bit. At least it gets it out. This is fine. I know that looked funky. But it's because we had this play anyway. And we just want to protect our HP, right? We do. We do. Because we've got another Epot, we've got the Tunic coming up. So 0 card hand, throw 7, ain't bad. We'll try to build into something more significant over this next turn cycle, see what we can drop in Arsenal. Because pretty soon the guy can't just take everything. I think what we really need to do to make the Fi scared, we need to have another, you know, Tunic Rok play for sure. I think we can also, at some point when he has a dud turn, push for the Savage Beatdown play. Although it's going to take a while because we're not going to be able to set that up in Arsenal now. So maybe we just don't have time for that. Maybe we just don't. We're also not drawing the 1 costs. Not like it was live this turn anyway, to be honest. That's fine. Yeah, so what Dark Odious was talking about... where was it? Dromai versus Icelander. On stream, we had Chris versus Brody. And Brody is pretty new to Icelander. So I think the game plan he went with was more of a... I don't know the matchup, let's just see if this works type of game plan into Icelander, or into Dromai, because a lot of the Icelander people in chat were saying this is not what you have to do. A lot of the Dromai people were saying this is not what you have to do as the Icelander seat. But Brody plays for it, and Chris just playing for it as in setting up the Frostex, Insidious, that kind of line. Brody plays for it, and then Chris has zero punish. Well, actually, he did. He could have just absolutely negated what Brody did. He just didn't do it. Like, he had it in hand. Let's back this up. Let's back this up. Chris literally had the win in hand and just doesn't do it. And it's pretty sad because it's kind of like pretty obvious too for anyone who plays Dromai and like knows why this endgame doesn't work. We'll get to that in a second though. So yeah, Dark Odious, I think it's warranted for you to be upset. I felt bad for him. As someone who doesn't like actually play that, I was pretty sure something along those lines works, and like that's why the matchup's so good. But basically what happens at the end here is Brody goes for his Ice Eternal play. He goes for his Ice Eternal play because it's all he can do. He's going to be dead to this board state, right? It triggers all the Insidious. And what Chris decides to do is double discard red to Insidious number 1, Insidious number 2, and then pays with the blue on Insidious number 3. So you can see that here. He discards 2 reds, right? Discards 2 reds, and then pays with the blue. Instead, what you can do... Shoot. Sorry. Sorry, opponent. Oh, hey, that actually wasn't that bad. Oh, wow, what a weak turn. We actually get to do things. Look at this. I mean, not a great return, but it's at least throw 6, set up Amulet. I like that. So instead what he could have done is pay double red into the first Insidious trigger, and then Furnace with the blue, gain 2 resources, float 2 resources, choose discard on the other Insidiouses, right? Because he has nothing in hand anyway. Then he has 4 resources floating for when the Ice Eternal tries to hit, and he can AB 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 AB on the board, right? And then he doesn't gain Frostbites and he just wins. Like that, you just win like that. Oh, get out of here, bots. Sorry. So yeah, unfortunately, he just didn't go for that line. I think just he forgot. Like, there's no reason to actually think this is better. I think he just forgot that that interaction works. But all the Dromai players in chat were very upset about that, because this should have been a masterclass of like why this game plan doesn't work into Dromai. But hey, props to Brody. Maybe it's just he's just a mind game machine. That might be what he is. Because every time you see Brody, you're just like, oh, he's top 8. Yeah, he's just top 8. He can AB 3, pay 1 to crack Frostbite. Yeah, that too, right? That all you got. Okay, so we actually have... Activate this ability only if you haven't played a card or activated an ability this turn. So this is a bit anti-synergistic, isn't it? Because what do we do with this already in hand? We can't Amulet Epot into Rok. It won't work, because we need to play out this Amulet. So... Huh, interesting. Also, look at the life here. This is quite odd, isn't it? It's a little odd. We'll take this one as well. Does Amulet Epot Rok work? No, so what you do is you crack Amulet and then hold priority crack Epot. So that way Amulet's reduction floats. But yeah, you can't crack Epot and then respond with Amulet. It has to be Amulet first. But I mean, it still works, right? Like, that's just how it operates. That all you got. Huge card. Woo! It just won't work because I have this Amulet in hand is going to be the issue. Because if I play this Amulet, then I can't crack the next Amulet. Because I'll have played a card. So that's unfortunate. So this will not be a Rock Swing turn. It will not. Very unfortunate, too. Would have been a nice Rock Swing turn, because look where life is. We want to pressure. We definitely want to pressure. Do you like this defensive list over a mid-range build? I think so. I think the way you really want to get rock value is to just be patient. Like, there's a lot of enablers. There's a lot. What you just need to be wary of is how to actually end the game. And I think you can end the game, rather than being aggressive, just add in Blood Rush, Savage Beatdown. I really think that's going to be how you win with rock decks. Like, you grind, and then your actual 5-card hand play at some point is... actually, not even a 5-card hand, it's a 4-card hand. 3-card hand, blue, Blood Rush 6, Savage Beatdown. And then you get to Blood Rush, discard. You'll float 2, draw 2 cards. Even if you double draw red, you'll then be able to pay into the Savage Beatdown, discard. And then you come in for 14, double Intim. So I think that's what you do. Like, I really think that's how you win. But we're not entirely sure yet. It's my pretend belief. So we'll try to get there. We'll try to get there. Ooh. Yeah, let's get that out of here. It's a lot of ignitions all at once. Chill. How many 6s in the deck? It's a little conflated because you've got like reincarnates shuffling back in at some points, which we already had one shuffle in. I don't think it's like too many is the deal though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Ah, I really wish I could swing rock this turn. Come on. Because this turn is just nothing. That sucks so bad. But we take it. Unfortunate. Wait, does this do anything? No, this doesn't do anything. I forgot there was a that all you got. Interesting. I actually totally forgot about that. I should have left the amulet on top then so I could drop double amulet. I totally forgot. That's my issue with the combat chain not actually displaying. So when we opted on Fate Foreseen, we should have left amulet on top so we could just double drop amulet. Just get them out the deck. Oof, that is my bad. Wait, now we can do it though. We can swing Rok now, right? Because now we'll go amulet, epot, this into Rok. Okay, it will work. It will work. We'll always hold priority. Yeah, now it will work. All right, let's do it. Okay. I guess this ends up working. It's not amazing, but it does function. Cool. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, 10. 10, 10, 10. Come in for 10. Now, what we're losing here, though, is the ability to know we can 0-card swing Rok next turn, because we're losing our epot, right? However, 1 floating on Tunic plus any of our 1 cost and blue is still a Rok swing. So I think we'll just transition to hoping that's what comes up next. Which we do have it, in theory, like... Oof. This is a... If we can actually hold this hand, it's super greedy. But it's kind of a big deal. We won't have to use Tunic. It's just Madcap Charger, Rok swing. Huh. The other thing we can do is block down with... No, that wouldn't work. That's if we have epot up. We can go block with everything, Sand Sketch, Search, Skullcrack. Play it out. We'd have 1 floating, 1 here, so that's not a Rok swing either. Yeah, this hand would have been a lot better if this was like a Brandish turn or a Life for Life. Just to make this a 2-card play. Won't quite work now. That's okay. It's okay. You should try Crown with Knick-Knack to get items out quicker. That's really interesting. Oh. I actually did not think about that line. Or not that line, but that whole idea. Knick-Knack. Break Crown? What do you get, like 2 items out of it? How does that work? Let's look it up. Knick-Knack. Nick. Search your deck for a card with amulet, blah blah. Repeat for each 1 gold. Okay, so you play 1 out and you get 2 searches? That's pretty good. Oh, I like that actually. I like that a lot. It's just a 2-block, but I think that still buys you so much room that you just pull out the epots. Oh, this is interesting. I like that suggestion. Thank you. We'll put that to the test. Can you still do the amulet play and play the second amulet after you activated amulet and epot? Oh, actually, you're totally right. Just in general, when I was thinking about that, it's the whole reduction thing wouldn't actually hit cards. That's why the whole Primeval Bellow line actually worked as well. So you're just correct. The amulet itself would have been fine. I got over that hump as soon as I saw the Primeval in hand. But yes, you were right. 1 amulet was still the same. Tripped myself up. Oh, not like this. Game's too tight. Don't do me like this. Because I mean, we can present lethal. We will be able to on this hand. Okay, well, they're wasting a double pump. Not the biggest deal, but we need to not die to the rest of whatever this turn is. Okay, this is actually quite helpful. This turns off Mask. I doubt they have another pump, so we're pretty fortunate there. Pretty fortunate there. I don't think this guy is playing Phi all that well, though, just to be clear. Some funky plays going on. Royal Rhinar. King of the Jungle. That's what's good. Okay, so he cannot force lethal this turn. I quite like this. Wonderful. Wonderful. Look at this fantastic play. Delicio. We don't even have to use Tunic, keeping that live for a rainy day, aka next turn, because we definitely have to get quick about using it. The game's almost over. And now Rok. Oh, this is beautiful. This is actually crazy. It demands a card. It actually demands a card. Pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Yeah, everyone's saying about the amulet thing. Yes, you are right. In my own head, I was tripping up that you get the cost reduction on the next card you play. It's not true. It's next ability. So yes, that would have been fine. Okay, well, in theory now we win if we can keep a 3-card hand. A 3-card hand without caring about Tunic. Interesting. Well, if they have Razor, we do just lose. But we also need to, keep our hand to also win on our end. Because our Reckless Swing is pretty far away. So we can't just block out until then. That will not function. Alright, don't have Razor, please. Alright, looks like no Razor. This is nice. If they got no Razor, then we'll keep disrespecting it. Rising. Okay, we can go ahead. This could be Ancestral. At this point, it could be Ancestral, so we'll block with a real card. Actually, no. We won't do that. We'll block with these two, right? We'll block like this. Is that better? The turn really does fall apart if we are forced to block down with... no, I don't think we can do it. I think if it's Ancestral, it's Ancestral. He already played 2 of them. It could also be an Art of War, though. He only played 2 Art of War. But I can't be dumb about the blocks, because we do need a 3-card hand. If we block with 2 on this, and then he comes in with any 4, we're a little doomed. Because then it's forced 2 cards out, and we just have no play. So I do have to just pretend, I think. Just pretend. Because this next card... I mean, what's more likely? Is this a pump? Or is it a 3 attack? Or rather a 4 attack. Which one do we have to play around? I think as far as 4 attacks go... Mounting. Could also be take the tempo. That'd be awful. Lava Burst. I think it's more likely an attack than a pump. Alright, let's see it. Could just lose. If it was Ancestral, no, he can't use it on Kodachis. These were just Kodachi attacks, so there was no opportunity to use it. Come on, Alec. Freaking top 4 calling, you should know that. Sheesh. It could also just be like a little swing, and then it's a Phoenix Flame. Right, like this could be a little boy. We'll see. Just something tiny. But now if it's a 4, we're fine. A 4 that costs 1. Basically mounting or the Soaring Strike. The guy also might have just DC'd. What happened here? Oh, okay. The opponent left the game. That's a little sad. I wanted to legitimately win this game. I think we were close. Oh, come on, opponent. Lagged out? What was the last card? Let's see. If they answer... Tried to refresh. Uh-oh. Red Snatch? Oh, so we were okay. It's Red Snatch, so we were actually totally fine. Because they can't pay for the Phoenix. Alright. So then, just to be clear, it was a win then. GG's. Because Red Snatch means they can't pay for Phoenix, they just play out Snatch. We block with this, plus Tunic, and then our hand is Alpha Rampage here, discard, into him, comes in for 9, 2 cards gone, they die. Okay, so, there we go. It was a true win. Sweet, we'll update that. I wanted to just make sure, though. I'm not going to pretend that opponent DC is a real deal. Okay, GG's. Alright, we got Rok in for a win there. I do want to try this version again, and then we'll see what we can do with the Royal idea. But I do like the Royal idea. I do like it. Okay, what's up here? Stop, people. Arakni? Hi. Arakni. Now, against Arakni, I think we just straight add the Remembrance. We just straight add these. We just straight add these. That is fine with me. Bran should have gone before the other Kadachi to make it Draconic and grab Flame. No, that wasn't Bran. That was Rising. That was Rising, so it didn't actually affect Flame. It was the blue Rising. But yeah, either way, I think that 5 opponent was quite new to the deck. They definitely missed Phoenix Flame here and there. It was a bit odd. Alright. Well, this just has go again, so we can just do this into Life for Life. Maybe they get scared that it means a Rok swing is coming. Missed some flames for sure. You were nervous. Oh, it was you, Trent. Okay, cool. Hi. They're getting scared here. Like, is it Rok time? They don't know. No one knows the Rok deck just yet. Maybe a 2-card hand with 2 floating means Rok is coming next. Now, we know that's never the case. But our Arakni opponent does not. Actually, to be fair, I shouldn't say never the case. You could have Skullcrack plus Primeval, right, as a 2-card hand there. And then you discard the Skullcrack, have 3 floating, again, swing Rok. So I think Primeval, I was trying it in red yesterday, and it felt awful. Blue's okay. Blue definitely feels okay. But the red is most of the time just a block 3. At times, I guess you play it out. I guess. But we like this in Arsenal. We're gonna play for that. That's the big damage turns, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Spider's Bite. Well, we have all these cards, so not a big deal. And we'll probably just return Skullcrack here. So we definitely take this one. Are you having flashbacks to trying to crack Hexagore yet? I don't think I ever gave Hexagore a fighting chance. I pretended at times that I was actually interested in the deck, but no, real thought never went into it. Just sometimes I felt like it. Oh, on the day, this seems legitimate. But this deck actually has legs, I think. It really does. Plus, you don't have Blood Debt to just kill you sometimes, and you can just enjoy a natural game of Flesh and Blood that plays to natural conclusion of getting your opponent to 0 with your own effort, rather than dealing, 23 to yourself or whatever happens with Levia. Is this a Razor? Is this any other pump? So I think ideally you always want to play around -4. -4 is the most they do. Do I really care about Savage Beatdown getting banished? A little bit. I did want to return Skullcrack. I think we'll do this, and we'll play around it being specifically a -3 or a Razor. Just see what happens. We can put that on the bottom. Don't need it right now. If it's a Shred, yeah. If it's a Shred, sure. But it looks like it wasn't a Shred. So now we return 6. No big deal. Playing a slow early game, just waiting for Tunic to tick up, and then we'll see what plays get unlocked. Also, of course, waiting for a Blood Rush turn with Savage Beatdown, which will be quite cool. I don't know if you ever really go for this first cycle, because it's not likely that you draw a 6 on that 2-card hand following Blood Rush. Don't think it's super likely. Alright, it was just a Fate Foreseen in Arsenal anyway. But to be fair, there's nothing we could do with that extra card in the Primeval anyway. It's kind of a weird thing that comes up a lot with this deck. Now we're just looking to return Swing Big. That looks pretty good. Swing Big turn looks good to me. Rok should be more than 7. It looks so hard to use. It's pretty good. I mean, it's the highest base weapon in the game. Just says 7 right on it. That's a natural breakpoint. Like, I think, apart from just the damage it deals, the fact that it's a breakpoint is just always scary. Just a static breakpoint on the board is so good. It's why Club is so good, because Club is 4, 4, 4, 4. That trades above a 1-card trade in terms of, damage. And it's only costing you a yellow or a blue each time to turn a card into 4 damage. Whereas your opponent is turning most of their cards into 3 block and still leaking a damage. You don't have a lot of go again to like abuse the fact that it can be worked into bigger turns, but it's a very consistent just turn after turn value play. And then Rok is the next step of that because it's 7, which is a natural breakpoint, and you're not spending like real cards per se. Oh, sorry, Arakni. You're not spending like real cards per se on its activation. There's a bunch of hoops you have to jump through, sure, but the payoff is massive. It really is. Now, the fact that you can't pummel it and all that is a little sad. It'd be very hard to get pummels off because you'd have to have like an E-pot in play, pummel specifically in Arsenal, but it would have been that extra little juicy bit of gameplay that I would have enjoyed, but it's all right. It's all right. What does this one do? Oh my goodness. This card only blocks 1 now? Yeah, because I got double spiders bit. Huh. Yeah, so actually that card should have gone... This card should have gone to block the second spiders. So that this one... No, that doesn't change anything, because I'm still not trying to block with the rest of the cards in hand. Huh. Well, blocking for 1 just feels really bad. There's nothing else I can do with the card. I guess we'll hold it just in case they go for like a second attack. We want to withhold information. Gains go again. Yeah, it's fine. Gets rid of a brandish. Also fine. Leave no witnesses. Okay, yep, see, so this makes more sense. Now, if that's a pump card, sure, still very terrifying. But now we can at least try to play around leave no witnesses. We can pretend. Once again, if they do pump, we don't really hate losing this card, but it looks like they didn't, so that's fine. There we go. Come in for 8, set up an amulet. Doesn't feel awful. They've only got 1 silver to work with, so they are not going to be recurring black tech. On this next turn cycle, we got a lot of defense reacts to hopefully keep interrupting them as the game goes on. Literally got a cold foil hexagore today. Wanted to grab it before the next light shadow set. Might make it busted. You guys want like the inside leaks? Here's the leaks. Wait, let me do this off screen so I don't show you too much. Alright, let me just snipping tool this. Can't show you the whole convo. Alright, can I like paste it here and open? No. Copy. Alright, how do I do this? I guess I'll save a copy, 1 second. Oh, sorry, opponent. Sorry, opponent. Videos, downloads. Downloads. Here we go. Alright, check this out. This is a conversation with Brian Gottlieb, who is a game developer. And we were talking about the stream stuff, and I said, but as I wait 10 months for Levia support, I'm likely not doing well in events anyway, might as well cast. And he goes, it'll be worth the wait. Huh? Huh? Now, we've had a lot of conversations on and off anyway about Levia support, but the one thing that keeps coming up is how excited everyone is for the Levia support. It's just so far away. It really is. But James has said it to me, Jason said it to me, Jacob said it to me, now Brian said it to me, that it's insane, we just have to wait. You trust Brian? Yeah, well, I love Brian. Whether I fully trust him or not, he's got my heart. Okay, our turn once again is just return 8 with swing big. Why not? Rob the rich. He didn't spider's bite this turn, eh? So we should be safe to do this. Then I guess sink. That feels incredibly low value, but it is what it is. Maybe he wastes a buff on it. Or they waste a buff on it. I mean, I wanted to 2-card block that. It felt bad. Oh, how did it have Gogan? Oh, shoot, it had Gogan. Oh my god, it had Gogan from the Quicken. I am awful at this game. Although, to be fair, I was not going to be able to salvage this. We can lose the Savage Beatdown. It's not a big deal. Unfortunate. I mean, having a defense reaction there sucked anyway. But that is my bad. Forgot there was a quicken. I'm tabbing in and out too much. Leaks. It'll be worth the wait. Hey, that's confirmed. Maybe it's that Shadow Fabled that you got told. That was the most jerk move I've ever witnessed, honestly. I almost switched to Magic after that comment. It was awful. I'm not even a Magic player, and I lost all faith in LSS after that. It was awful. Basically, a dev was playing with us at Worlds and leaked that there was a Shadow Legendary very likely, or sorry, Shadow Fabled very likely coming in Dynasty. This was before anyone knew about the CNC. They were toying with us. They were giving us them leaks. This sucks. I want Madcap to be live with something else. I guess we can spend Amulet and Tunic for it. It feels really weak though. Feels very weak. Yeah, this whole turn sucks. This one does not have go again, just to be clear, right? We're not dealing damage. We're not drawing the Rock enablers. It's very rough. It's very unfortunate. Okay. If they had pumped that, I would have gone for the that all you got. Looks like it's not the case. Yeah, one of the LSS people just, playfully leaked that a Shadow Fabled was pretty likely coming in Dynasty, and then it was a complete lie. The theory on it was so gripping. Like, it made so much sense. There was this whole spiel about how LSS, they love these behind-the-scene patterns. It's not always straightforward. It's not set to set. There's not always something to be looking for, but it's about the grand scheme of things, It's about looking at, all the way back in Monarch, how 2 Shadow Heroes were given in-deck legendaries, and then the Light Heroes were given a shared Light Fabled. And so what does that mean for what we've seen in Dynasty so far? 2 Light Heroes getting in-deck legendaries. What does it mean for the Shadow Heroes? Like, it was so gripping, right? You buy into that. You're like, oh my god, I get it. And they just were complete liars. It was just not true. Complete liars. I was crushed. Absolutely crushed. I'm just going to pretend this hand actually converts well. It definitely doesn't. But, hey, now we don't even have an arsenal, though. Can't get blown out by Leave No Witnesses. And that's their 3rd Leave No Witnesses, just to be clear. So our arsenal is going to be pretty safe from here on out. I'm feeling ballsy as well. I think we'll just go ahead Reckless Swing. Why not? Feeling it. Heck yeah, 2 damage dealt. That's better than I can do through my own attacks. Loving it. Once again, though, this really doesn't do anything for our game plan. I mean, we could Blood Rush Bellow for what? For what? Draw 2? Have no floating? It'd have to literally be a blue plus the 1 cost thing, like a Brandish or a Life for Life. It would have to be that to be playable. Our Life for Life's also gone. We played out 1 Brandish. A Brandish got banished, so we've got 1 more out. Oh, it's so bad. Deck is just not functional right now. We could also just swing 6, but then we lose the Fate Foreseen. Not good. Not good. But we do have to do something. We have to do something. Being patient is not rewarding us. We're about to draw a hand that's like triple EPOT. Watch. Oh boy. And then we'll just hit a 6 on Scabs, right? And just play it all out. It'll be fine. Who does Arakni completely wreck? I don't know. What's his good matchup? Like Dash? Fi? I think the Go Hard aggro decks are supposed to be pretty good for him. Because they churn through so many cards they don't want to block. And then you can just kind of hit them twofold. Okay, well, our awkward attack lined up with an awkward defensive turn anyway. That's double defense reaction on a blue Wrecker Romp. I'll take it. We're making all kinds of fancy plays. And then we draw all reds. Alright. Let's sink into a blue, shall we? Let's sink into a blue. What is this one looking for? Cost 1 or less. They put a card on the bottom. So that could have been a blue. A lot of our blues are cheap. That's a little scary. And it's a cut the chase. That's fine. We're still going to go for it. And we'll resolve this before cut to the chase just to try to find that blue. It's a yellow. I mean, that'll be fine. It will function. It will function. This is a Tunic Rock swing at least. I pictured Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny talking about the Dynasty Shadow Fable. That's pretty much how it was. I was so convinced. I was so convinced. The theories just made so much sense. Alright, this is the first rock swing of the game. It's only been 7 turns. Not so bad, eh? Only been 7 turns. We finally did it. They banished Reincarnate. Not great. We do want to recur that kind of thing. Would have been nicer to draw into than the Arg Smash, but at least the Arg Smash won't get hit by Spider's Bite later, as the game goes on. Rock. Alright. Rock count 1. 1. Rock swing. I'm constantly surprised, though, on how the damage trades with this card. I mean, we definitely look a little behind, but hey, they did sideboard Unmovable just to try to beat us. So, we'll give it to him. Well done. We can also block down with 2 now and actually go for Rolling Thunder Rock play with the Amulet. That doesn't seem awful. Doesn't seem awful. We will have to block with Alpha plus That All You Got, but, you know, it is the play we make. That All You Got can definitely get better value later, but doesn't fit this hand. That's alright. Alright, let's roll a 6. We rolled just a 2. Not great. Not great. Definitely could have been better. Do you own a Marvel Rock? No, I opened 3 boxes. You can find all of the box openings on stream yesterday, and they were pretty subpar. I pulled a Soraya, so I can't be too upset with an L, right? But she's only like 30 bucks, and I pulled a Surgical Extraction, which everyone's lying about being short printed. So for some reason, it's like 50 bucks, so that's cool. But other than that, no, it was pretty weak 3 boxes. Not gonna lie. Alright, well, best we can do here is just come in for 6 with Massacre, set up Brandish and Arsenal. Seems fine. Don't hate it, don't hate it. Did you get dash stuff for you? No, I opened 3 boxes and I pulled nothing. I think I dumped the Surgical while you can. Yeah, I'm trading it tomorrow, or Friday, yeah. No, I really pulled nothing. Like, I pulled 2 BIOS Update, maybe, which I don't even think you necessarily play. Like, Pulse Wave Harpoon's the good one. Hanabi Blaster, also, obviously, good. Mech Construct, good. Alright, we've got it. We do have our Tunic Brandish play incoming. I don't love having to block with these cards, though, to make it happen. These are high value. It's alright, it's alright. Maybe we just get greedy. We roll Scabs. So that we can just play out Swing Big into the Brandish Rock play. That sounds awful, but I definitely am thinking about it. Not too hard, though. Not too hard. And they play out a Blue Razor. That's fine. Low value for them. Don't mind it. They do banish a Rolling Thunder, though. They banish a Rolling Thunder. Okay, so now we're going to freak him out. We're going to show him this play. And they're going to be like, oh, so it's not a rock hand. So it's not a rock hand. Ah, interesting. And then we instant speed this Remembrance. And then we respond with Tunic. And then we smash them with Rock. And their brain just implodes from all the sweet plays we're pulling off. In terms of what we're hitting with this Remembrance, though, let's give it a look. Let's give it a look. Rolling Thunders are potentially the highest value we can bring back, especially in a long game. So I do like putting at least one of those back in. One reincarnate's gone. One's in the graveyard. Both are in the graveyard. I wouldn't hate putting maybe one of those back in, but it doesn't really add to our damage. I think it's still okay. Otherwise, we might run out of 6s. So I'll put in one reincarnate. And then perhaps the alpha just for game closing potential. And just another 6 anyway. I could see that. Maybe it's the Skullcrack though. I mean, how many more discard outlets do we have? We have the 1 Madcap in here. 2 Madcap. Maybe it's a Madcap. I think that might be the ad. 1 more Madcap over the Alpha. That's just a better 3-card hand on Rock. Alright, we'll do that. And then we activate Tunic. And then we swing Rock. Beautiful. Beautiful. It could have also just been double reincarnate. Don't hate that. Just because there's likelihood that it'll get banished anyway on these attacks. So putting double in would have been a nice little buffer. But now we get to Arsenal the Savage Beatdown. I like that. We'll just save the life. Arsenal Savage Beatdown. Is there a place you can dig this deck list? I mean, I'm not telling you it's any good just yet, but here you go. This is what I'm working with. Also, hold up. Chat was popping off. Dump the surgical icon. Yes, yes, yes. Just tuned in. Love seeing the brandish. What's up, Ethnic Smoke? This is your kind of deck, innit? The little spice. The little spice. You're almost making me want to play Runeblade, by the way. It's not fair. I'm an avid Viscerai denier. I just pretend that the deck LL'd. But some of those Lumen Dune plays, tell you what. Tell you what. Spicy. Actually, there's a whole Viscerai archetype that hasn't been explored yet that Phil McKay was talking about. Oops. No, I didn't mean to download that. So, because of cards like this, and because of cards like this, these cost 3, right? But they want you to double pitch. So, Phil McKay, I'll open this up in a second. Let's just, hold on one second. Let's focus on this turn. What can this turn do for us? What can this turn do for us? In theory, if we had Tunic up, this turn was a Savage Beatdown turn. In theory, we could have done this into Tunic Savage Beatdown. It's not going to be how it pans out, though. So in that case, this turn is a complete blockout turn. There is nothing else we can do. That is pretty sad. I fully expect to get pumped here. Yeah, so maybe we should have blocked with one more, I guess. Maybe. Black tech? Okay, so there is going to be another attack at least. And they didn't block any life with that black tech, so it's low value. We don't mind that. Well, we'll just block again on this. We'll take the 1. Your streams have actually made me consider Levia, so we're even. Alright, look, Punkash, the deal is, you know, once the really good players... Oh, shoot. That's an attack, isn't it? Oh, that sucks. That sucks. That's fine. Once the really good players start putting time into Levia, I can't wait to either have one of two things happen. Number one, everyone's just been wrong this whole time, and Levia's just busted insane, but just everyone was bad. Or they also come to the conclusion that, holy crap, this hero is unplayable, because every once in a while you just implode and there's nothing you can do about it. Alright, so they don't have black tech. This is likely a Razor turn. They were even running blue Razor. But our hand is actually quite live for Savage Beatdown. We can let it scale down as well for just Rock. But I think our Savage Beatdown turns are so rare that we might as well go for it. Because what we're looking at is Madcap into discard, right? That'll trigger Intim. There's always going to be another Intim at some point in the turn because of Massacre. And then we Tunic for the Savage Beatdown. I think we're just going to always make that play. It's more value than the Rock, and it's going to be rare to pull that off. And it was a blue Razor, so we could have played around it on the block too. That's okay. That's okay. They got rid of an amulet. So that's 2 amulets down. No epots down. Okay, this is infuriating. Why has it got to be like this, though? This takes away the whole play. So we do... Oops. Whoa. We do just do this now. We still swing Rock. If that's a pump 3, I'm terrified. It just is what it is. Looks like it's not. Oh, actually, I'm completely bad at this game. I need one more card in hand. Oh, that was awful. Oh, yeah, that was awful. I needed one more card for Madcap, which we could have done. We actually could have blocked one and thrown Scabs. Alright, I think we've just punted. Too much going on. It's alright. It's alright, we'll come back. We've got the Remembrance in the deck. We can be sloppy. Levia's great in Blitz. Hard agree. I think she's insane in Blitz. What I learned over the weekend is that good players really hate when your card says, on hit, you die. I mean, everyone should hate that, but good players especially hate it, because they've crafted their decks to have, like, you know, those perfect crafted hands where it's like, oh, this is my 5-card push, this is insanity. And the deal is, in Blitz, with Levia, you make that window where they get to make those decisions super small, because you just have so much damage. And then they get flustered, and then they just can't really pull off what they wanted to with their deck. And that feels very good. I like those plays a lot. Okay, so we can actually pull off... Oh, no, we can't. We can't crack the Amulet turn we played. I was going to say we could Amulet, Sand Sketch for Skullcrack, Tunic, and we can swing Rock, but we actually cannot. Amulet won't count because it counts itself if you've played it out this turn. So what that means is our turn is either keep these 3, swing Fist, discard because it doesn't care about what you discard, into Tunic, swing Rock, play out Amulet, or we use our hand for blocking and just play out Amulet, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, if we are just playing our hand for full block, then we actually do want to just throw something here. Because then that resets the Spider's Bite for the next attack, and then we can just block 2 on it. What's left in your deck? It's been shuffled with Remembrance, so it's not actually pitched in any order, which I think is actually a benefit for this deck. Because your windows to pitch are not that linear. You don't really get that choice every turn. Because you don't have an easy outlet of, oh, I want this card in deck, I'm just going to pitch it to weapon. You don't get it. Well, on their end, I haven't seen any shred yet. I've seen 1 cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. They still have 1 more. I've seen 2 blue razors. We really want to play against the pump 3. We block 1 more, but I don't think it's the biggest deal. We're likely to lose 1 card in deck. That's okay. And it looks like they didn't have the pump anyway. So we know that 2 cards in their hand are not pumps. Interesting. Oh, dang. Okay. Now we find the E-Pots. I knew this was going to happen. We just didn't see any for the first 15 turns, and then we shuffled with Remembrance and still didn't see any. So now they come. And Lord, will they clump. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. But I think overall I do feel okay with our spot. We take this one. Now I've lost Demand Set enough to know I want a Matrix Keanu Reeves style dodge him at events. People either have that experience or they play against me and then they blink and then I'm leaving the table and they're like, oh, did I win? Yeah, so, you know, it's either a stomp or they don't really know what happened, but I just lost. And that's pretty much how it goes. I promise you, the games I lose to, like, straight misplays are, at least on Levia, like, in an event, are so few and far between. It happens. It definitely does happen. But for the most part, I'm going to lose because of just something ridiculous that happened at the table that you probably didn't even track. But, I mean, hey, I'm honest about it. Jeez, if I'm taking, like, 20 blood debt, I'm taking 20 blood debt. I'm not trying to pretend I'm not. We don't have any attacks anyway, so taking the Spider's Bite isn't the biggest deal here. Alright, so we know that 2 cards in hand weren't pumps. It could be the 2 that they pitched here, to be fair, because we didn't swing. So I feel like one of the cards that they held last turn was the Fate Foreseen, just because we didn't swing on the turn previous anyway. So now we're working with potentially 1 new card of information on this, because we know the Arsenal isn't a pump, so it's really, is this card a pump? But we do want to play around them pumping the Eradicates, because otherwise they don't have huge opportunities to mill. I think we will still block this, and then we'll go ahead Fate Foreseen on top as well. Okay, perfect. We did it. So that is the new pump. That is the new pump. Just in case, we'll bottom this one. We did it, team. We did it. Live by tentacle hair, die by tentacle hair. Okay, so what we can actually try now is Scab's roll, and if we hit, we get to rock this turn. It's definitely greedy, but, you know, it'd be nice to swing. It really would. I kind of forgot what it feels like to deal damage, so we're going to do it. We did roll a 5, which triggers... Whoa! Whoa, hold up there, young buck. That actually triggers Skull Crushers. Alright, we'll get to that in a second. Let's Remembrance first. What we're going to put in at this point is probably 1 Blood Rush, or do we still have 1 in the deck? I think we still have 1 in the deck, so never mind. We'll leave the 1 to get our Savage Feast, or Savage Beatdown out of Arsenal. Yeah, we still have the 1, so I think we're fine. That's all we really need. At this point, I'm still just looking for more 1 for 6, or the 1 at cost enablers here. So let's put in the Brandish again. Do we have 2? Let's put in the Brandishes. Let's put in the Life for Life. I think this cycle of the deck, I just want more opportunities to swing Rock. Because we have our 1... Actually, we have 2 more chances at a big damage close. Because we have 1 more Alpha Rampage. We have the Savage Beatdown. So let's do that. Rock for 8. Rock for 8. Ah! Unmovable in Arsenal. Lovely, my friend. Lovely. Okay. There's our 3rd Remembrance. So now we're likely to actually shuffle in the Blood Rush because we're probably going to block with it in this hand because it's not live for Savage Beatdown. So it'll probably come up. I'd really love to, you know, play something out offensively, but it's really not what's happening. So Captain Skull gave +2, right? So if we want to be absolutely safe, we block with all 3, and then we get around their pump. But maybe we just build for Blood Rush as our next turn play. We could try. Yeah, okay. Alright, so now with Remembrance, we're going to shuffle in some 6s. Because now we need this Blood Rush to actually work. Because it's our last big push. So let's put in, at this point, some of the good 6s. I actually really like Reincarnate. Massacre, just because of the potential discard on Savage Beatdown, seems pretty good. And then 1 Alpha Rampage. Seems pretty good as well. Okay, pass. Okay, we've done it, actually. We've done it. This is insane. This is the hand. This is the hand. We get the Savage Beatdown now. We do. We do. We're gonna have to block with Rolling Thunder, which is not great. Not the greatest. But as long as we don't get disrupted, it's okay. Because all we need to do is draw... Alright, we'll take this. All we need to do is draw 1 6. All we need to do is draw 1 6. If we wanted to get super greedy about it, we could play out the Rolling Thunder first as well. But then if we double draw reds, we're going to be in trouble. We would be in trouble. But we can try. If we draw yellow, red, we're okay. Of course, the red, I guess, would need to be a 6. I don't know. I'm feeling it. Whatever. I'm feeling it. Let's just see what happens. We can play for it. Oh, God, this one. Are you serious? This is the one that actually is going to mess this all up. This is the one. Because if they pump this, everything falls apart. Now, obviously, we'll try to block 4. Here comes the pump, though. Guarantee you. Oh, no pump. No pump. No pump. No pump. No pump. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, we did it. We did it, Reddit. Aha. These are the big plays. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. This was this is our last big damage push, but hopefully it's enough. It gets the cards that they didn't want to block without a hand. We caught them on a 2. That's okay. They sink from Arsenal. I mean, it's also okay. It's funny because you probably still lose. I don't think so. We have a lot of rock value left in the deck. A lot. Because even this is a Skullcrack play. There is a Skullcrack here. And a second Skullcrack here. So that won't be great. We can't pull this out the deck anymore. Pass. How do you rock? I mean, you rock when you have no cards in hand. And you need to, you need the 3 to pay for it. So the whole deck is built around either floating 2, Tunic, swing, Amulet, Epot, like swing. There's a lot of ways to pull it off. One of the ways to pull it off is not going to be live this turn, unfortunately. It would have been great to have another Skullcrack in deck, because then on a 2-card hand you could Sand Sketch, or a 1-card hand rather, you Sand Sketch, pull out the Skullcrack, and then with the Tunic and Amulet you then get to swing Rock. Now we won't be able to go for that, is the unfortunate part here. So I think all we do in that case is return 6 on the Massacre. Not sure pulling anything with Sand Sketched really does what we want. So we can try to take the 4 here. We can pull out like a Alpha Rampage. And then if we discard one of these instead, then we can pitch the blue for Alpha Rampage. And like that's kind of a play. Kind of. But it's not a likely play. Because we might lose the Sand Sketched. I still kind of like it best. Not gonna lie. Flesh and Blood gameplay that you can actually look at. Yeah, I would hope so. The problem with blocking with this hand is nothing's a strong arsenal, so it would be, I guess, block 2, return Massacre for 6. Which is probably still fine. I think we'll just do that. We'll just wait. Alright, return 6. Maybe cards like these should be higher value 2-card hands, like a Findle's Fighting Spirit. That could be interesting. Like if this is a Findle's Fighting Spirit. I think I like that idea. It's just worth potentially 8 on a 2-card hand, which is high value for how you're trying to play a rock deck. Okay, nice. I don't like seeing these together. Because it means we'll have to block with one, and we can't set the other one up in Arsenal. But these are great enablers. I just don't want to lose them all at once. That does suck. That does suck. I think it's also safer to potentially go for the life for life. We'll see on the next attack. Fatigue Rock S tier. It's not Fatigue Rock. It's not Fatigue Rock. I'm trying to end the game, alright? It just takes a while. This game was so out of order. This game was just nuts. Like, we just didn't draw anything in the right order. So we'll turn off the blocking thing. Like, we saw an Epot on, like, turn 15. The first Epot was turn 15. And this is why chat's been saying, and I think they're right, there's a whole way to build Royal Rhinar that just might end up being better. Might be. Not saying it is, but might be. Ugh. Okay, this is their last surgical extraction, to be fair. It is their last surgical extraction. So I think we kind of just win through fatigue. It's very boring, but I think we do. We're just going to block like this. If they pump it, they pump it. But setting up Rolling Thunder and Arsenal is pretty darn strong. There we go. Even with Brandish, this is not bad. Because we get to sink the Madcap, so we'll save it for later. And then we can just Brandish, swing Rock, and we'll set up Rolling Thunder for later. For potentially next turn, because we've got basically the double Tunic coming up, because we've got Tunic plus Amulet. So we can do the Brandish play this next turn, use Tunic for it, into next turn cycle, Amulet, Rolling Thunder, Rock. So we've got 2 Rock cycles coming up here, and we can block 7 on this hand. So that does feel pretty good. That does feel pretty good. What'd they give it? +2? Yeah, I have 8 cards in deck, but it doesn't matter. We've set up the deck to win. Like, we legitimately have set up the deck to win. What does this one even do? Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna sink right on top of it. Kind of weak, but I mean, with Rok, we do need to get the cards out of hand. It's just how it is. Alright, sweet. You have 8 cards in deck, so what? Sheesh! It's a Rok win, okay? Just let me have it. God. When am I going to play Dash? Never. Dash is not for me. I have so many friends that play Dash. They love Dash, and I'll just let them have it. Like, Dash is just not something I've ever been too terribly interested in. Sorry. What's crazy, though, is, like, we just know we have so many more Rok swings left in the game. Even if it takes us a long time to do it, there's no way our Epot... there's no way our Tunic is forced to break, right? There's just no way. Even this kind of hand. It's a little clunky because of the Epot here, for sure. Yeah, this hand sucks, actually. This isn't great. To draw these together. We knew they were together, though, to be fair. We did know that. We can get super greedy and just try to Reckless Swing. Or we can just block with this and then Alpha Rampage. Yeah, let's just do that. What happened with our other Reckless? Because there's 2 ways we want to think about this. We have 2 Reckless in the deck, so there's the other one. So we'd actually rather pitch this Reckless in. Yeah, so it's only 1 into him. Yo, Manson, how's the Rok testing? We're about to be 2-0. Joshua Scott, the LSS official judge. The guy who writes the rulebook. We're about to be 2-0 with Rok. About to. Put a lot of thought into this deck, you know? Like, really took it back to the drawing board. Trying to figure it out in all its complexities. And I think we're there. I think the deck's actually insane. We're very close, at least. Like, this guy, there's just no way for this poor Arakni to win anymore. Yes, our deck looks weak, but, like, we know what's up. We know what's up. You'll have to roll back to watch your previous win. It was against a Phi, which was interesting. It was an interesting game. I don't think... Sorry, misclick? Yeah, go for it. Okay. Wait, they undid their Tunic swing, so are they pitching for this? Oh, I see. They went back to start of turn. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, Tunic, is it really just for other Spider's Bite, though? Alright. Well, I don't want to keep losing cards for no reason, but unfortunately with Rok, like, you know, you do need to empty your hand. I think what we can do is just block with this, and then maybe just go for the... I mean, we can just go for the Rolling Thunder on the Massacre. We still have a Brandish for 1 more Rok swing later. It's not the biggest deal. Honestly, we have time, though. We have time. I don't need to care about these. Let's just go for... Oh, it's actually Plunder the Poor. Oh, then that's good. I'm glad I didn't block. Let's do this. So we can go for the Brandish Rolling Thunder play, actually. We can just do that all at once. So we're going to crack Amulet. Just before we play anything. Then we're going to do this. Brandish. Into Rolling Thunder, into Rok. Should be enough. I mean, they have 0 cards left in deck, so we've done it. Like, regardless of how we get there, like, we have done it at this point. What did we even roll? Oh, we rolled a 6! Woohoo! We did it! 15 damage rocked to end the game. What do you do, Arakni? What do you do? And then what's crazy is that we knew with what's left in deck here, we had a couple lock scenarios, because we had Epot left, plus Tunic coming up, right? So that was always a Rok swing. Then we had Reckless Swing, of course, as well, with another 6 in deck because of the Massacre. I don't remember what the last card is. But, like, regardless, we knew... We did set up our deck to just have a bunch of win states. So we did it. We did it. Wow, that 6 coming in clutch. I think this is, I mean, Brandish hit, right? So we got +1 there to make it 8. We got Skull Crushers trigger, make it 9. Plus the 6, make it 15. All right, my opponent says 1 sec. He's going to cry to his mommy real quick. He's just running away. I get it. It's all right. It's all right. Ah, pretty nuts. All right, there we go. That's 2-0 on the Rock deck. I'll be a bit premature about it. I will. We'll type it. 2-0. Man, I'm really in love with this playstyle. It is so non-linear. It is awesome. I still don't think the deck is right, but it's close. I think you just barely won. Okay, I don't know about barely won, dude. I set this up, man. What can you do? He'll see. He'll see. Because what can you do with all this left in deck? Like, nothing. Oh, is that all you got? Oh, that's not even awful. Spider's Bite. Okay, so all we'll do next turn is attack with Massacre, and they die. So we don't even want that all you got in hand, funny enough. We'll just use it. Oh, yeah, we can't play out the E-Pot, so we actually can't win with Reckless yet anyway, if that's what we wanted to do. But we do still win with this. Regardless, we had one more Rock Swing as well, left in the tank. We wouldn't be able to win with Reckless by swinging out with the Massacre there, but it's okay. There's nothing they can do. Nothing they can do. GG, close. GG! Beautiful. I enjoyed that. Wow, I actually thought that game went a lot longer. No, that was definitely within time. Huh, fun one, eh? Needed all the extra cards. Yeah, but I mean, that's a tactic against Arakni. Like, you don't want to necessarily be at exactly 60. Because you want to dilute your deck with, first of all, more non-attacks. So adding in the stuff like Arg Smash, like, yeah, it's not getting played in this matchup. But it's getting around Spider's Bite, and it's just adding extra block for when I need to respect his turns. Because my deck is slow. Like, my deck is slow. I definitely need to block with more cards than a normal deck. And that can kind of compound with how fast I get milled out by his on-hits. So adding more cards is, like, legitimately what you'd have to do. I don't think that's, like, I don't think it's a weak move against Arakni at all. That was sick. That was really sick. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I think I've found another brute that itches that same spot, you know? Okay, what do we want to change so far? I actually really like it. I think the one change is Massacre should be Findles. It should definitely be Findles. Just, it's a better 2-card hand, right? So that should just always make more sense. A little bit more life gain, like with the life for life. Brandish seems okay, but honestly, we could go for a 2-2 split, life for life and Brandish. I just like the consistency of this go again. Life for life go again is like, kind of hard to control sometimes because you are more defensive. You are more defensive. Madcap was decent. Skullcrack insane. Yeah, actually, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty happy with this. Maybe the other thing is just to add yellow Findles. Yellow and red. They're decent 2-card plays, both of them. And since you're blocking down sometimes with like 2 or 3 cards, you don't hate that it's not a block 3 because you're probably stacking like 3 cards at once on a block. So, you know, blocking like 8 is fine. So that could be okay. Instead of something else in here, but... no, I think it's okay for now. I think it's okay. Alright, time to give the king his crown. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try Royal Rhinar. Alright, so we go... Crown. Come on, FabDB. Give me crown. Alright, we'll go Crown of Dominion. We go cash. Or no, what is it? Trade in. Trade in. Alright, we are going to specifically play for crown, so forget even having Skullcap. No, it's not trade in, it's... What is it called? Knick-knack. Nick, right? Nick. Knick-knack, yes. Arg Smash is a sideboard. Yeah, I mean, it's there anyway. It's there anyway just because of how prevalent Dash was, but like bringing it into Arakni was also really huge. The extra 3 cards in deck was awesome, plus the fact that it's a non-attack, so you get to play around the Spider's Bite stuff. But yeah, I think you definitely run 3. Like, Dash is just insane. I actually ran, here, segue real quick. I ran this Levia deck at the Battle Hardened, the PTI at the Battle Hardened, and while I don't think it's like a very good Levia deck, it's just straight recursion because screw it, I really wanted to play recursion. I beat 2 dashes just because I sided out every single non-block, put in triple Arg Smash, and then just blocked out, played Arc Smash, blocked out, played Arc Smash, blocked out. All of a sudden they had nothing left they could do. I'm at like 20, and then I start playing Blood Deck cards. And it was pretty easy. It's super boring. Like, I don't love that you can just do that with Brute, but it worked. I played against Dash twice. I might have even played against 3 Dash. I definitely beat every single one I played, just because that strategy was too easy. Like, whether they're mid-range control, or like straight aggro, like triple Arc Smash and just siding out your non-blocks is just so easy. Such an easy game plan. So yeah, I think Arc Smash is just super relevant right now. Okay, let's see. Knick-Knack, Bric-a-Brac. So I think in theory, to find slots, we'll probably put it at 2. By digging out extra E-Pots, what is that really doing? That lets you have better 0-card hands. So if you're having better 0-card hands, then you'd also want to trim more 2 blocks, because you want the ability to just say, okay, this hand full blocks. So maybe I don't want to cut like Brandish entirely though. But maybe this is the game plan of pivoting more towards like the yellow Findles as well. Let's try this. We're going to go for the triple Findle, cut the Madcap for this kind of build. Let's just go up to 3 Knick-Knacks, why not? Run 1 Brandish, that seems really weird. Now let's go 2-2. Triple Knick-Knack. Triple Knick-Knack seems a little bit too bad, actually. Maybe we go to 2 there. Go up to 3 Brandish. Alright, let's try it. I'm down. Let's go for it. Classic Constructed. Jump right in. Oops. Nope. In a game. Alright, what's chat saying, actually? No, 3? Do it? 3 for turn 0? Okay, 3 for turn 0. Fine. Bump up to 3. I think let's just go down to 1 Findles, then keep the 3 Brandish. Actually, yeah, 1 yellow Findles seems alright. Oh, no. We're going back to the 1 life for life red. I just like my 1s too much. We're going back to this. So the straight cut here is just cutting the 3 Madcap reds for Knick-Knack. Madcap wasn't definitely an awkward one because of how many cards you have to keep for it. But it was a decent card still. So we'll see what feels better. Losing block on the headpiece is definitely going to be weird, but competitive CC, you know it. Oh, interesting. Hello. All right. What on earth happens in this matchup? Let's find out. Let us find out. Unmovable seems okay, funny enough. Because they just buff so much right now. It's gonna suck against, like, Remorseless and things, right? But... Interesting. Do we run it at 63? That seems awful. That just never feels right into a matchup like this. Maybe we take out the amulets, perhaps? Having the non-block there is a little weird. But then how are we actually ending the game? Normally you win this game by just weapon grinding because they don't have a weapon. Now we're going to leave him in. Maybe... But I just want to see Knick-Knack, right? So I do have to cut something. This is a hard call. This is a very hard call. Alright, reincarnates. Sorry, we'll try it. Oh, that feels like such a punt, but we'll try it. And yes, we'll go first. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Sag, no Amulet of Haven Call. Interesting though, wouldn't it be? Huh? Because it activates when 0 cards are in your deck. That is something. That is something. Okay, so here's what we can do. We can actually sand sketch for the knickknack. Now, the only way it's live, though, is if we discard the unmovable. But I think we should still make that play. It's funny. It's funny, isn't it? I'm down. I'm down. Alright, unfortunately it didn't work. But we can hold it in hand for next turn. Yes, yes. We'll hold it in hand for next turn. Genius play. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, so we found our knickknack. This is good. We also didn't draw into the epots, so I think this is also fun. You know, we'll be thinning the deck. We're not wasting any slots in hand, although to be fair, we would be holding them to pitch. Alright, yellow, read the glide path. Next +2. Nice, they're starting with a yellow. We don't mind this. It ain't great. Low rate. Knick-knack, bric-a-brac. Knick-knack, bric-a-brac. That is so good. Oh, I want an altar now where everything in his store is just rocks. Oh my god, that'd be awesome. Okay, I think I need to make this happen. I want cracked baubles now that are just rocks. Everything rock. Ooh, aim counter. That looks nice. A hamstring shot. Okay, so it's only +7, actually. Or it's only 7. So our unmovable does work here. Nice. Blocking 8. Playing around blue Razor Reflex. Heck yeah. Oh, insanity. Insanity. And it's all on curve into our rock hand next turn. Sheesh. With a swing big in arsenal? Okay, deck is cracked. Deck's just a little cracked. We're freaking him out so much they even sacked this valuable equipment. That is 2 life gone. They basically reckless swing themselves. Uh-huh, go for it. This deck might actually be insane. I'm feeling it. I think the sand sketch actually does so much for just increasing chances of finding this kind of thing. Sand sketch is an insane card. It's so good. Coming in for 5, go again. Go again's because of the perch. All we really care about on this hand is... I mean, we can either full block it out so that we return Tunic, Epot, Rock. Like, that's definitely a line. We can save the swing big in arsenal later. Yeah, we can save the swing big in arsenal for later when we want a 2-card hand that plays that way. For now, we can just... Maybe we'll just Fate Foreseen right now. I hope they don't dominate their next thing, would be the only issue. Alpha Rampage, we can stick to the bottom. It's more of a late game card. We're going to take 1. There's nothing we can do with our hero ability anyway, because we're not Levia. Go away, Levia. Please. Please. I don't need the flashbacks of Sleep Dart per game. No thank you. What about Edict and all that? Yeah, what would those do for this deck, actually? They definitely fit in the slow game plan, right? They do. And they are 1-card hand plays. I think this one's just too slow, because all you're doing is making a gold. And, like, once you've knick-knacked even once, your targets are just a lot slower. Like, a lot slower. Long shot. It has Dominate. But it's just damage, eh? Oh, hey, I gained a resource. I can rock on your turn now. End turn. Alright, so our turn will just become a swing big play, which is not the biggest deal. Although, what we could do, in theory, we can try to get greedy, roll scabs here. If we hit, we get to swing big into rock off Epot. If we miss, then Skull Crusher's got no value, but I'm going to try it. We did roll a 6. That is insane. Alright, deck is cracked. Deck is absolutely cracked. Cracked deck. Confirmed. Confirmed. Woo! Whew, Lord, what a different way to play Brute, folks. This just ain't right. I love it though. All right, let's see. What else on these royal cards would be relevant? I don't think Imperial Ledger, right? Imperial Edict, name a card. That card can't be played until the start of your next turn. It cost 1, so that's not the worst, isn't it? You play this out, and then this enables Rok. This isn't bad, actually. Imperial Edict makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And then you can just, like, name a defense reaction and really freak them out. I like that. We're gonna add that, actually. That's good. Oh no, I'm misreading it. Okay, the action's actually free. So when you play it out, it costing 1 won't matter, because it itself doesn't have to go again. So, never mind, that's worse. This one does cost 1. So maybe that's like a sideboard into Icelander, right? Rok. Okay. But truly, I think this one's fine then. As a sideboard card, at least. Choosing number of heroes, blah, blah. Permanent they control. Destroy each permanent chosen this way. If you're a royal, instead, you choose the permanents. Yeah, so I think against Icelander, this has got to be good. Otherwise, Icelander seems awful. Icelander seems like almost unplayable for this deck, but that could give you a way to win. Another option is cash in. Sacking Crown and Gloves gives you 2 silver for another knick-knack search. Yeah, but do you really want to sack Gloves? Like, I like Gloves for Rolling Thunder. But sacking this definitely makes sense. Like, what else do you do with it, right? Oh, no, I mean, this gives your hero Royal. So if you break it, you lose the synergies with Royal. Interesting. I wonder, how does the beta look these days? I haven't actually reached out again to them. I need to help them fix some of this stuff. Because I made a lot of the UI on this. I just haven't reached back out to help because I know they wanted some of this to be changed. But I think eventually we'll start to use this. It just doesn't look... It's not quite as functional for use as of now. Or maybe it is, I just haven't messed with it. But we'll get to that eventually. I need to just, finish up the work they wanted me to do. Drill shots. Aim counter has piercing 1. Yeah, the Rok life counters, those are sigils. That's Sigil of Solace. It's the same Rok. Thought that was kind of nice, kind of cute. It has piercing 1. That's a little annoying, isn't it? Little bit. So, I mean, if we really care about it, then we'll block with Scabs. I guess I don't, really care, though. What does that +1 even do? Because it'd be blocked with Scabs, and then that way my turn can just be return this. Drop Amulet, play out this Rock Swing. I don't know, is it more valuable? I think either way, it's, effectively taking 2 life from me. Because I'm either blocking this or I'm taking 1 and then they -1 on something else. I think I'll just do that. Seems okay. Alright, yeah, the energy pots in play is so insane. What a huge boost in the consistency of the deck when you start that strong. It's actually nuts. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, this is crazy. Crazy. But yeah, the whole idea on the client, the beta client, was, to kind of retheme it with every set. So right now it's obviously Dynasty. But then these are kind of like the stock style that Fab TCG uses of just the dark reds. And then these are the Sigil of Solace counters. This needs to change. It should be a different color Rok. But just to work in a little bit of Rok aesthetic, because it's neutral enough that it should fit no matter what set it is. But I think this could be better. I mean, this is kind of a rush job. But that, where that touches can look better, can add a little bit of grass or something. Come in for 10. Just watch your Pintor game of the Goliath Gauntlet. Chef's Kiss, what a game. That game was insane. I think if you draw that way, Levia will never lose. Like, it was just kind of like the nuts draw. There's no other way to put it. Like, it was just the best draw possible. Also, hitting Beast Withins was also just not fair. It just wasn't fair. Alright, I'd really appreciate them not using Azalea's ability this turn, because I want to double sync, please. I want to sync to a blue so that I can brandish Rock you. What does this one say? Defensive actions can't be played from Arsenal. Okay, sick. Because guess where they are? They're in hand, baby. That's where we got them. And you bet we're going to use them. Destroy a card in their arsenal. Yeah, not relevant. Not relevant. Yeah, I think the meta is just too hostile for Levia. Like, this kind of card against Levia, insane. Pulse Wave Harpoon against Levia, just insane. There's just a lot of very unfun things. Okay, perfect. Look at that. We're good at this game. We double sank into a blue. We're just a little too good, aren't we? Have we missed a rock swing? Have we actually swung rock like all but the first turn? First and second turn. This is crazy. This is just crazy. That is a 2-card 11. 2-card 11. Just nuts. I have 3 dash players in my armory, and the new cards have treated my Levia very rudely. Oh, Taskmaster, I feel for you. Like, it is awful. To play Levia right now is awful. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, Levia not only didn't get any significant boost, the meta just got so much more hostile for her because the aggro decks are more interactive. And before, like, yeah, you could just have good value trades into them, have armor that could get around some hit effects, but they've just hit this critical mass of hit effects that is just insane. Because you can never force a dash to block you unless it's lethal. So dash just gets to say, oh, I have Pulse Wave Harpoon. I keep my whole hand. I boost. I make you have to play around Pulse Wave Harpoon as early as my first attack because I full kept 5 cards. So you're not allowed to block because I could have Pulse Wave Harpoon. And then if I Pulse Wave Harpoon is the last card on chain, you need to be able to show me something that you actually want to block with. Because if you blocked with the only things you wanted to block with, now I'm going to force you to block with something that makes you not turn off Blood Debt, or like on and on. It's so awful. It is unplayable right now. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, what do you do against that? The card is non-interactive. The card just says when you attack. Like, what are you supposed to do? And you have to respect it every turn. Otherwise, you just get blown out and lose to Blood Debt. It's awful. It's just... Like, I don't think we can ever play Levia again in CC. It's really sad. But that's the reality. It's the reality. Like, they gave other classes good cards. They didn't give us any. So. Speaking of good cards, we're cracked again. We did it. We drew Rolling Thunder. This is actually insane. Look how this is going to line up. We're going to get to Amulet, Rolling Thunder, Madcap, Rock Swing, into Tunic turn on the next turn, into having Amulet already set up for the next turn. It's just crazy. This does seem relentlessly bad into Dromai. Oh yeah, this seems awful into Dromai. Oh my god, I don't even want to think about that. This deck is awful into Dromai, no question. Absolutely no question. I mean, you at least have poppers, but your pressure back into them is minimal. They just get to ignore you. Yeah, I don't want to think about that. It's giving me nightmares already. What did we roll? A 6! We rolled a 6! Yeah, so as far as competitive events go, like in this next meta, I think I'm a Dromai player. I really am. Because this deck is not actually good. Like, it's definitely funny. It's a funny deck. I like it a lot. But is it a good deck? Most definitely not, unfortunately. God, look at this. This is actually crazy. We get to brandish Primeval into Tunic Rock. We have not missed a rock this entire game. Insane. Insane. Just insane. Wait, did I need to gain a resource? Wait, did I need to? Hold up, hold up. Undo. Did I already crack an amulet or something? Okay, I didn't. I wasn't quite sure. There we go, 10. We're about to 3-0 with Rok, though. And then it's going to get people to at least play this deck, take it to their armories, make it a meta mainstay, and then everyone shows up instead with Dromai, and then you can't win anymore, and then we're going to have to play the deck that beats Dromai, because Dromai's everywhere again, which she isn't right now. I don't run into Dromai a lot, but back when Uprising was still in its, like, middle days, ladder was nothing but Dromai. It was Dromai, 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 couple Fi here and there. Every once in a while, late night, you played against the good players on Icelander, but it really used to be so much Dromai on Talishar. Not anymore, not anymore. Alright, at this point, what does Knick-Knack do? Just searches 1? I think we still have 1 Epot though, right? Oh yeah, we still got an Epot. You bet we're pulling that out the deck. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Shouldn't have made Dromai videos. People would still think she sucks. Speaking of Dromai videos, that red hot Dromai that was on stream, that dealt 11, that Brian Gottlieb was so excited about, we're actually doing a deck tech tonight on red hot Dromai. So I think my channel's becoming like a Dromai channel. Because we had the Peyton channel, or the Peyton video with like all the dust up Dromai stuff, and then we had Dark Odious with his just Mega Brain Dromai, and now we're going to have Red Hot Dromai on the channel as well. So if you want your Dromai content, apparently, Sant, that's where it's at. This is Drill Shot without an aim counter, right? Without an aim counter. So this is fine. Wait, yeah, so should we just unmovable it? I think I still prefer the unmovable in Arsenal. This is just vanilla. It is just vanilla. Because what does this do in resolution? Nothing, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, let's get this Epot out of here. Insane. Insane. Dromai's nasty right now. Yeah, hard agree. I think that deck's crazy. I really think, like, I truly believe that Dust... Where's my Dromai deck? Is it on Fabruary? I need to stop spazzing out over which website I use, but I think this is the Dromai deck. I'm convinced Royal Dromai is where it's at. Like, I really not only want to make Crown good, but I also really want to make Dust good. I may be insane, but it's my mission in life. It gives -1. The aim counter is just for piercing. Oh, okay, so I should have just thrown equipment. Thank you. I don't read. I don't read. I'm sorry, my poor friend. We get around your dominate here. God, this is so sad. This is so sad. Look at the consistency of this. It's unreal. We did only roll a 1. That's okay. Time to break out your regicides? Yeah, apparently all I'm doing is spamming Crown decks, eh? Royal Rhinar, King of the Jungle. And then we got Princess Dromai as well. Or Queen. Would she be Queen now? Is she, like, actually... Is she next in line? No, I don't think so. Alright, so, see, this is why we include, like, the Reckless Swing and the Alpha Rampages in the deck. Because it is a bit hard to just close from Rock Swings alone. You do have to actually win. Which we can do right here. Does this have Dominate? No, it doesn't, right? Yeah, it doesn't have Dominate. GG's. Whee! Alright, that's 3-0 for Rok. That is 3-0 for Rok. Not close. Not close. Insane. Yeah, let's drop the link. So we've got the 2 versions right now. We got this version. We got this version, and we got this version. Now, to be fair, they both have felt pretty good. I think this version, the second version with Crown, just might be hands down better. Like, the Crown just feels nuts. What was the other card we wanted to try? We wanted to try maybe 1 cash out. It doesn't seem great. It is a blue. So can we sack a blue anywhere? I mean, that's just like an ultra late game thing, right? That'd be cash out to break crown, to break gloves. That doesn't seem good enough. Maybe we just never put in cash out anyway, but we do want to put this one in, just as a sideboard. The Imperial Warhorn seems pretty decent. Would any of these be sideboard cards? I guess maybe against like the right deck, this can guarantee a win somewhere. What would you call though? Like you already can't get Oasis, so it would be... You just call like a defense reaction maybe? Or what you could do... No, it wouldn't interact this way, but I was thinking you could Imperial Edict on your turns where you heavy Intim, but actually your Intims are all, like they're all on your attack. It's not like you're playing barraging. If you're playing it that way, then you could play all your barragings, call Imperial Edict, or play it, look at their hand, say one of their cards. Oh wait, never mind, it says play, not block. It's not like Chains of Eminence. Alright, never mind, this card is bad. You wouldn't run this. If it said play or block, then... yeah, I think that might work in the strategy, but not if it's just play. Making another gold token. I mean, this one's more interesting. Like, in a way, if you're running the triple sand sketched, then you could try to pull this out as early as possible. Just make an extra gold and just have it on the board. That's a little interesting. It's a little interesting. But the issue is if you ever use it, it goes into your deck. I actually don't think you want this in your deck. In Rhinar, like a non-block like that is awful, because you want to start concentrating your deck with Reckless. So I don't think you ever play that one. This one might be the only one. And it would just be as a sideboard piece. But that might be good enough. We'll put it in over an unmovable in the sideboard, see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? That seems alright. Alright, we'll try this again. Maybe we play into an Icelander. That'd be cool. Probably awful. It would probably just be unplayable and not fun, but, you know, we can try it. It's a Dorinthea. Sure, a Dorinthea. A Dorinthea means we block a lot. We won't even mind having extra reactions there. Imperial Warhorn, in a way, could let us break their new aura. Does their new aura do anything on destruction? Let's see. Iron Song. What does this do? When Ironsong Pride leaves the arena, remove all +1 counters from swords you control. Okay, in a way, that's relevant, but it's also a non-block. I don't know if that's good enough. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It can't be. Do we actually want to go up to 68? I mean, we want to be a little bit over. We don't need to add chaff like that. I think this will be fine. Sure, ready up. Let's do it. You don't think Ironsong Pride is really good personally? Well, they do play it though. At least as of now, the Dorinthias are playing it. Because they need that data. Is it good? Is it not? A lot of people say it is. It's like the, you know, turn 0 blowout. A lot of people say it isn't. Sure. I think these will be fine. If they do pump it, then we Reckless Swing and we put Reincarnate into the deck. Oh, this guy doesn't know. He doesn't know that I'm 3-0. Ah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Insane play. Dealt 2. Put Reincarnate back in the deck. Whew. Dorinthea Bay. I never got that. A lot of people think Dorinthea is like some waifu type. I just don't see it. Maybe it's just me. Alright, so now, what do we do again? Well, we can roll Scabs, try to hit multiple action points, and then sand sketch out the knick-knack. What a line that is. Okay, we rolled a 1. Alright, so this is not... It's not going great, is it? Not going great. Okay. Interesting. Not what we wanted from that turn, not gonna lie. I feel like Rock is hard to play in Icelander. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was just saying here. I think it's awful. I'm pretty sure that matchup is unplayable. But then again, I think a lot of matchups for this deck are likely unplayable. Definitely unplayable. Like, Crown Dromai into this just seems like an auto loss. Not a matchup I'd want to play, for sure. Stroke of Foresight. All right, keep going. You got this, King. We still have the Fate as well, but then what do we really do with this Life for Life? Not much. Not much. All right, they're actually, I mean, they're sacking a lot of cards on this. They really want it to happen, but then we Fate it. And then we Fate it. We don't want to show them the Fate yet. We're going to let this resolve so that they think the attack goes through. And then we Fate. Savage Beatdown. Sure, that can bottom. James was telling us at Worlds how Dorinthea got her name, and it was after his grandmother, Dorinthea. Pretty cool to his family legacy. No way her name was Dorinthea. Dorinthea. It's crazy. It sounds so natural. Dorinthea. It's quite the chain link. Yeah, they really went for it. Oh. Alright, we'll roll scabs again. Scare him. Rolled a 4 this time. Dang, would have been nice last turn. Oh well. Okay, well, we pulled it. We did find our knick-knack. Bric-a-brac. Although they seem to be pushing quite hard on this attack. A little scary. Do you think Rock deck works in Blitz? Probably not. Probably not. Most likely, no. Do I want it to work in Blitz? You bet. Oh, they Iron Song Pride! People, look what's happening. Alright, now we do this, though. And we shut it down. Sorry. We do shut it down. Oh, okay. Maybe not, to be fair. Like, they can definitely still pump over. Yeah, they can definitely pump over here. Maybe I should have chucked one other thing. But our hand was a little bit forced, because we definitely want to play this out. Break the gold, find E-pots. Yeah, a little sad. A little sad. Looks like they passed, though. We'll take that. Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah, alright, let's get these out the deck. Huge value, huge value. I guess we could have rolled scabs, but, you know, not really trying to go that route. We could have, because then we can immediately return Rock Swing, but we'll let this build up for later. What a grind. This match is definitely going to be a grind. Oh, wait, does this have go again? Wait, what just happened? Why do I have an action point? It says choose an action. Or maybe it just means the instance. Okay, yeah, interesting. I think in Blitz, like, you could run Rock with Deep Blue with, like, I don't know, KO or something. And that might be its best use case. Just to, like, have some kind of pressure turn that's a bit guaranteed in Blitz for a deck like KO that is criminally inconsistent. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. But, no, for Rhinar, like, I don't see why you'd play that way. I think Rhinar's nuts in Blitz. Like, just play Rhinar with the new cards, and you probably stomp a lot of matchups. You probably do. Yeah, I know you can tell how many, but it said on the bottom that I was to choose an action, which these are technically all instants, so it's just a, you know, small point of confusion. But yes, I know it does track action points. I'm one of the people who told them to make that change, because it used to only track down here, and I said, why? You've already got the little bumper built in. Go for it. Alright, well, hopefully Sync Below makes them pretty sad here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sink Below will at least protect from another pump 3 in their hand, if they have it. Rock with Deep Blue and Barraging Beatdown stack might work if you get the second cycle and Blitz. I mean, that would take a lot, and would also take you... no, I don't want to sink that. It would take a lot. It would also mean that you somehow are able to keep a hand that large in Blitz, which, as the game goes on, is really hard to do. I mean, that is really tough to just say, oh yeah, I'm going to keep this 4-card hand right now. Because in Blitz, like in theory, you start to lose that choice from as fast as turn 2. Alright, I mean, they're expending a lot of resources for small damage so far, so I don't hate this. You know, like, yes, I'll take this 4. It's not a big deal. And they run through. Okay, are you really going to crack refractions, though? I mean, you could. What does it have go again from? Oh, wait, run through. Yeah, duh. Okay. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can't stop that. You know, this is a 0 block in hand. But it's okay, because we'll just reset next turn. Not the biggest deal. And we do get to swing with Rock here. Alright, since they have an E-Pot out, it's giving him a lot of windows in it. A lot of windows. Alright, let's swing Rock, return our own 7. Which in theory will equalize life. Because they probably take it because they want to preserve their counter. And then we just block heavy with our hand. It seems okay. We'll just reset next turn, our famous words into Dory. No, I think as long as you're not playing Levia and your deck isn't full of 2 blocks, like, that's still very easy into Dorinthea. They need like an actual scary setup of Arsenal. Plus, I mean, to be fair, they do have E-Pot. But they really need to have Arsenal. Otherwise, if they're just drawing off the top, then you can get around most of that by just, yeah, I'll overblock. But if they've intentionally put something in Arsenal, and you get blown out in the last turn cycle, then like, okay, yep, you're probably not safe. Comes in for 4. Oh, I don't want to lose these Rolling Thunders. But to be fair, we lost Skull Crushers, right? So, in a way, that's okay. Could definitely be 2 pumps. Maybe it's worth it to just drop that card here. But 8 in Arsenal is at least a 2-card hand for 8 value. So that's pretty worth it over just blocking 2, because it wouldn't even heal me a life here. But in a way, that would pretty much make this an actual reset, because this is a bit of a greedy block. Yep. Okay, I mean, we are burning through a lot of their attack reactions. I mean, this isn't... Like, early game for them to push with their Majestics like this is not that scary. Because we're already down the double glint now, the double singing. And that was all for them to... Puncture, okay. Puncture, go over by 1. Yeah, so they're spending a lot. That's just like a... You know, it pushed 1 damage on that. They will swing again with the Dawnblade here. But it's still not game ending. We have a ton of defense reactions in the deck. We have all our block ups still. We could even return Rock next turn if we wanted to. I don't think we really care. This is now scary though. They get another counter here. So next turn is no greed. We must actually dump everything. The entire hand. Which of course has a non-block in it. Oh, okay. Now it's getting scary. This card, bad card. Alright, they broke Courage without blocking with it. That's also fine. They play out a Steel Blade. Alright, it is scary. It is scary. They play out a Glistening. Okay. That's actually pretty face up so far. Pretty face up. We're blocking 8. We can block 9, 10, 11. So we can block exactly 3 over. Which is pretty good. Huh. Yeah, so we can do this and at least get a little bit of a reaction out of them, and then we can block our own 3 over. They rout. Oh, yes. Now we're terrified, but I guess let's just see if they even add something to hand. Okay, they do. If they didn't, then we could react on top with that all you got. Oh, see you later. Oh, yep. What's up, Emery? Drew a card. Yep. That's pretty good. Definitely getting scary. Definitely getting scary now. Yeah, wow. Not much we can do on that. These have been some, well, I think I just, eat my words. This was definitely a big problem. Like, drawing the non-block there is a huge issue. Otherwise, like, that turn is not really a big deal. We just dump the whole hand and we're fine. Their hand doesn't get around it. But now it's definitely getting out of hand. Definitely. So I think what we want to do now, we're just going to end up eating this damage, but we'll put That All You Got in Arsenal. We'll return the Fighting Spirit, and then that way we can 4-card block with That All You Got in Arsenal. And it shouldn't be a huge deal. Here we go. Heal a little bit, return for 7, Arsenal a defense reaction. Might be okay. But this was actually all our faults, because we got greedy. If we just blocked with the Fighting Spirit to just full block 10, then this just doesn't happen. So that was being greedy. That put us in this spot. Because it's hard to give up a card that's worth 8 value defensively like that, but it would have meant that they just don't kick off a turn like they've had for the past 2. So, I mean, it's actually nothing on the Dorinthea. That was just us playing greedy. But we're fine. Like, we will reset this game. It's not a huge deal. Because we're building up into a large stack of defense reactions. We have Tunic, Epot, Rok coming up. Should feel all right. So it's 12 from the get-go. Obviously, twinning starts to be the huge problem. At least on this one, it has to still hit as well. Because it doesn't just innate have go again. So we can block 7, 14, 17, 18 to block 6 over. And then that just hard resets us. So I think we do have to do that. Because, double pump is still very live on a hand like this. Okay, yes. Understand punctures there. That's a +4. That's definitely pretty scary. Oh, this is actually terrifying. The puncture card is a big deal here. Because now they will go over by 1. Even if that's just a pump 3. Oh, come on. Come on, opponent. Not like this. Oh, but that puncture card's so good. 1 for 4. Oh, they pass. They pass. Oh, we did it. We did it. See? Not a huge deal. Now everything is a lot harder for him. We return Rock Swing, and we get back into the game. Not so bad. It's just crazy, like, you play decks like Levia, and your agency to do those kinds of things is just non-existent. But we'll be fine. Because now we can just get back to the game plan of just overblocking, and they don't have that many cards that start to blow us out anymore. Yep, so we can just overblock. We slow down, we wait until we can arsenal defense reactions, and the game gets back under our control. Revenge of the Whetstone. All right, that's their last glistening. We have a 12 block hand. Ooh, that's pretty terrifying. That is pretty terrifying. I hate to be dumb about Tunic, but like, maybe we have to be. I hate to do that. I really don't want to lose Tunic. I don't think we can lose Tunic. We won't really have a game plan if we lose Tunic, so best we can do is just go ahead, save some life. Yes, they're going to get that +1 counter here. Okay, they're going to play out another Ironsong Pride. It's alright. They're probably cracking... No, because it has Gogan anyway from Glistening. Never mind. They had an all-red hand. Okay, so we can at least return... actually... This card's more valuable in deck. We can at least return 6. They have 4 counters again. Absolutely terrifying. We just need to not draw all non-blocks. Okay, this is okay. We can do this. Whew. You want this Dory list? I mean, this is just a normal Dory list. They just added, Ironsong Pride, which is all the Dorintheas are doing. Like, Puncture and Ironsong are definitely adds. Not sure if everyone's a fan of this one, but I think it's pretty good. Alright, so we'll go for the 8. We'll see what they do. They will pump, I'm sure. There's an Ironsong. Looks like they're pretty resource light. So let the Ironsong resolve, yes. And we'll sink. And a run through. Okay, this is perfect. So we blew them out again. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Man, everyone who's like dooming about Dorinthea, I'm telling you, this is not that bad. Like, this matchup is favored. It definitely is favored. Like, if you're supposed to win any kind of game, it's a game like this. Come on. That was because of Glistening. They got extra counters because Glistening says every time it hits, put a +1 counter. And that was on top of a Dominate turn because of Ironsong Determination, so. If the Dory doesn't slow down and actually set up an Arsenal hand, then we should just win through value plays. Alright, they played another Determination though, and this isn't that scary. Yeah, not that scary here. I mean, they definitely swing in again, obviously. We'll just block with Brandish. Not huge. Not huge for us. They play Out for Blood. Interesting, I guess. So that's just to try to, like, push damage instead of swing again? I don't think that's a big deal. Yeah, that's actually totally fine for us. So we're going to activate... whatchamacallit. We do actually want to activate Amulet Tunic here so that we can get off the Rock Swing, right? Because we're going to do Brandish, Life, which would leave us with 1 floating, which Tunic and Amulet will pay for. So we'll go for Always Hold Priority. We'll go Tunic here. We'll lead with the Brandish into Life for Life. We'll be okay. Into this. Gain a little bit of life. Into a Rock Swing. I think the game is stabilized pretty well. Not overly scared here. One more Dominate is definitely gonna potentially win the game for them. That's for sure. They only really have 1 more Dominate though, right? Because they played out double Ironsong Determination. So if they're running the 3rd copy, then yeah, sure, we can be scared. Alright, Reckless Swing. Actually, this in Arsenal isn't awful. So I think we'll just take the overblock. Arsenal Reckless Swing. Seems fine. This is going to lead into their 5-card play. So we do want a defense reaction. Non-block and 2-block, little rough, little rough. But we'll do this. See what happens. The thing about the Dorinthea deck is truly like they run out of upfront threats. Like it just starts becoming, is it, you know, the pump 3? Is it the pump 3? Like the tricky stuff just kind of stops happening. They do have one more Singing Steelblade, and they have one more Twinning Blade. So those are the cards I'm really scared of here. Alright, so they're spending their whole hand on this, which we will get to Reckless. So we'll live. It won't be great for us. Yep, they break it. Makes sense. And then they swing. Now this is going to force us to block here. That's all we can do. So we're actually lucky on the discard with Amulet. Alright. Come on, Dorinthea. 1 is definitely scary. We can play around that a little bit. We got Fyendals to heal. I think we have 1 more. No Tunic is also going to be rough. But if we line up like 1 more attack, there are ways we can win. Alright, I think we'll just do this. We'll block like that, see what they do. Gain a life. Life is a big deal from this spot. They run through. Alright, they played run through, but I'm not sure why. Okay, just to play out the E-Pot. Okay, so they're trying to set up for something big. It's fine, because we now put our Fate Foreseen in Arsenal. That's kind of our own counter to their big play. Whew! It's getting very scary, though. Because at the end of the day, like, if we're running low, they can just keep 1 card to swing, and we can't just keep 1 card to swing. So that is going to be a tricky hurdle to overcome. The fact that they always just have a sticky weapon, and we need to actually play pretty particularly for our weapon. Yeah, definitely scared on that front. Maybe Club is better into a deck like Dorinthea. Like if we sideboard Club, just because it is pretty easy to value grind them when you just block swing, block swing, block swing, but we can't swing. We never get that option. But if we'd had opportunities to, yeah, swing 4, yeah, swing 4, yeah, swing 4, it's probably a bigger deal in this matchup. Interesting. Because even if we do something like this and then it turns out their hand isn't full of pumps and we get away with like holding this kind of stuff, we can't convert it to anything. You know, like they might just say, okay, no pumps. But then what do we do with this kind of hand? We can't turn it into anything. Okay, so that's going to be +4, +3, +3. So, yeah, it is going to demand all of our reactions here. All right, we'll go ahead, Fate. That can stay on top. That's the kind of card we do want to return with. Yep, top. And that all you got. Yeah, see, this is the huge issue. All this does is get set in Arsenal, and it's not even that strong in Arsenal. I mean, it's just categorically not a strong Arsenal. So even though, like, we came back from how ahead Dorinthea got, our weapon doesn't let us get there. We can't grind. Actually, we could have drawing a blue here. This is awful. The all-red hand here is awful. Holy mother. Can't do anything with this. Yeah, if it's double pump, we do just die. But we need to hold cards like this or we'll never win. Like, I need to be able to return, like, a swing big one more time into them being greedy, and then we kill through Reckless. Like, that has to be the kind of thing to end the game here. We have nothing else. Actually, I think we're down Reckless, too. There's 1, there's 2. Yeah. Alright, and it's a puncture. Okay. And a blue out for blood, which doesn't actually win them the game. We take 1. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, this is just going to be a slow loss. We have no way to return threat. Oh, unfortunate. We did so well in getting over Dorinthea's hurdles, but Rok just falls apart in situations like this. Alright, I guess we'll try to block 6. If we can, we'll swing back with swing big. This guy's trying so hard. And we actually do lose here anyway. We take 1. That's alright. It was going to be a loss anyway. Rok really falls apart in states like that. So I think we've learned. You can't just run Rok. You do need to run Club. Club in this kind of matchup would just be an auto win. GG's opponent. GG's. Love the Rok deck idea. Any chance it's on YouTube? It's on YouTube. Yeah, so I guess we have to add that, or we just have no late game. Or not no late game, we have no grind against a deck like that. That's kind of boring. I want this to be just a Rok deck. But Romping Club is definitely a good card. Definitely a good card. So maybe that means... What's not the right slot then? We can probably go down to like 1 Remembrance. Bump up Unmovable again. I guess keep Imperial Warhorn. That card's probably awful. So never mind, we'll cut that again. Put Remembrance up to 2. And leave it at about like that for the day. We'll go ahead and make the edit here as well. Romping. Cut the Remembrance. Yeah, okay. That might be where we leave it, because I do have to go ahead and get off. I've got some things to get ready for later in the day. But that puts us at 3-1. 3-1. Almost got there. Got over the Dorinthea's hurdle. We just all of a sudden, you know, couldn't deal damage anymore because our weapon has too many hurdles to jump through. But that was fun. That was a great slew of games, I think. Showing that Rok has legs. Who'd have thought? This, like, you know, 1-ton Rok over here. It's definitely got legs. They're just little. They're right underneath. But I think that'll be it for the day. We gotta jump off. Rok, says Eric. Yeah, let's drop... I mean, I'll put these links in the description here. Let me just make sure I do that. Copy. We'll put Rok. Royal Rhinar. Royal Rok. So, hey, to be fair, Royal Rok only went 1-1. You know, brutally honest Rok went 2-0. What is this one more called? It's just Rok. Straight Rok. Drop that. Okay, that should be in the description now. So, just making sure that it's all up and good. But we'll jump off for the day. Thank you for tuning in. It was fun. I want to do more, like, kind of live brews on stuff like this, because there's definitely wonky decks that don't get fully explored, or at least don't get fully explained. So I think today was a good day to just walk through and try to set up what we wanted the deck to do. I think, like, the Savage Beatdown plan. Not sure it's still worth playing for, but, you know, it definitely came up. It definitely came up. The Pots Ignitions, that stuff is so good. But we do need to consider, like, a true late game for the deck, for the right kind of matchups, like, which might unfortunately be as boring as going over to Romping Club again. But it was fun. It was fun. So thanks for tuning in. Peace and out, and I'll catch you tomorrow.